Hello, it's Henna. Today I'm talking about one of my favorite perfumes of all time, and that is Hypnotic Poison by Dior. But I'm not just talking about this bottle of Hypnotic Poison, I'm also going to be talking about this bottle of Hypnotic Poison. This is the Eau de Toilette, and this other bottle is the Eau de Parfum. You can see that they do look quite different. The first one is the original. This came out in 1998, and the perfumer behind this is Anique Bernardo. The Eau de Parfum actually says Eau de Parfum on it, I guess to make it clear to buyers that this is a different perfume. And this came out in 2014, and the perfumer behind this is Francois Demachy. Now, you would think that the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum smell very similar, but they actually don't. And I bring this up because an Eau de Toilette concentration is typically 10 to 15% perfume oil mixed into the alcohol. So that means that when I spray the perfume on my skin, I'm getting maybe 10 little scent molecules on here, and the rest of it is alcohol, and that's going to evaporate into the air. The scent molecules, the scent oil that stays on my skin is going to oxidize as I wear it, and throughout the day I'm going to get whiffs of that perfume as those scent molecules oxidize. If I wanted a stronger perfume wearing experience, it would make sense for me to just spray double the amount, and then I would get 20 of those scent molecules instead of 10. And you'd think that that is what you're getting in one spray of the Eau de Parfum, because an Eau de Parfum is typically 18 to 20% scent molecule. However, I am not getting that wear experience. When I put 2 sprays of the Eau de Toilette on my skin, they smell quite different than 1 spray of the Eau de Parfum. So they have different notes, different wear experience, and I think that the reason behind that is that they're by different perfumers. So this is not just a double concentration of the Eau de Toilette. This is a different perfume, and it stands on its own. I got the Eau de Toilette about a year ago, and I've worn the heck out of it in the last little bit. I've been wearing this Eau de Parfum for a few weeks, and I've been rotating them in and out of my collection so I can see what my scent wearing experience is. The Eau de Toilette is a creamy, powdery, almond vanilla type of scent. It is quite light, very feminine, and very, very easy to wear. One note kind of blends into the next. One of the things that people talk about when they talk about Hypnotic Poison is that it has like a Play-Doh type of scent, and I think that's the combination of the almond and the vanilla together. Sometimes people feel like that almond note smells like burnt plastic, and then other times they kind of can't smell it at all. When I got this, I was comparing it to Confetto by Perfume Aroma, which is another almond vanilla scent. In that perfume, the almond is so strong that it really does come out as smelling a little bit plasticky, but that is quite toned down in Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette, and this is more of just a creamy, powdery almond blended with a little bit of vanilla. The Eau de Parfum is completely different. This has a licorice note in it and a stronger almond note, and that almond note is so strong that it's got those cherry facets to it. So a lot of people might know that when they're trying to build a perfume with an almond note, the ingredient that they use is benzyl aldehyde, and that really can smell like cherry and almond together. And so that cherry almond is what comes out in the Eau de Parfum. Blended with the licorice, it's quite dark. It's very boozy and almost syrupy, which makes the Eau de Parfum really work well in the winter time. There's also a big white floral in here that kind of to me smells like jasmine, and then the dry down has more of that vanilla in it, and again that vanilla is a little bit stronger, not as powdery, and almost syrupy, jammy in a way. I think that the eau de parfum is quite rich and quite heavy. Like I said before, I really enjoy wearing it in the wintertime. I think those spicy, boozy notes really work well in the winter, whereas the eau de toilette might be better in the spring or even the summer because it's a little bit lighter and more creamy. I get a lot of sillage with the eau de parfum, and so I can see how this would be a perfect update for 2014 for when people are looking for a stronger scent profile. And that has even become more extreme now, where people just want an extra of everything. However, the eau de toilette, because it's so understated, has its place too. I think for some people, they might feel like they're not getting enough of a dose of the perfume when they wear the eau de toilette. You can't smell it for as long throughout the day when you wear it. There's really not a lot of sillage and a lot of presence, but it stands up because it's just a different type of perfume. This is richer, boozier, heavier, and this is light and creamy. These perfumes both have a very different scent profile, and it would be a different style of wearing the perfumes. I think the reason for that is that they are different perfumers that are behind each of these. Anique Minardo really does well with making these creamy, powdery, light type of perfumes. You kind of forget that you're wearing them, and then you get a whiff of them throughout the day. She's also made Bois d'Argent by Dior, and this has a similar style of wear, although they're completely different perfumes. You can't compare them at all. It's almost a skin scent. And then the other perfume that I have by her that I have in my rotation right now is Gaiac 10. And this was made to be a skin scent. Even when you read the copy on the Labo website, they say that this is something that's not meant to announce itself. It's supposed to kind of be like a if you know type of scent. So that is more her style, whereas Francois Damashi has a heavier hand with some of the perfumes that he's made. And I don't know if that's the direction that Dior told him to take or whether that's his own style, but Vanilla Diorama has a very similar style to this Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum. It's got kind of this blocky, chunky construction where it opens with these fun spices, like there's cardamom in here, and then you've got this dose of vanilla, and then you've got this real jammy richness in the dry down. And people love Vanilla Diorama, and I think that's why, because you get a lot of everything. It's a stronger, more potent, more self-assured kind of perfume. And then something like Bois d'Argent is self-assured, but it's more quiet luxury. It doesn't announce itself, and that is what works well about it. But I see a very similar style to Vanilla Diorama when I wear the Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum. I get that big chunk of notes as I wear it, and one phase finishes, and then I get the next phase, and then I get the last phase, and I kind of don't get that with the eau de toilette. They just are so different in the way that they wear. Of course, it really depends on what you're looking for in a perfume. I think that a lot of people probably love the eau de parfum because they can smell it way longer, and the eau de toilette is something that you would need to wear more of and maybe even reapply throughout the day. The Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum does seem to me like a mashup of the original Poison and the Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette, because it has this white floral thing going on, so it references the tuberose in Poison, but then with the almond and vanilla, it references Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette as well. It kind of does that thing really nicely, and it still stands on its own because it's got that dark black licorice, and the almond is super bitter and the cherry is syrupy, and it does really feel like it's trying to create this intriguing type of venomous perfume and reference the things that we think of as being poisonous. It does it in its own way. It's interesting and it reveals different facets of itself every time I wear it, whereas the Eau de Toilette is a little bit more straightforward and a little bit more simplistic. So I like what's going on here artistically. I think that which one you reach for depends on which style of perfume you feel like wearing that day. If you like things that are more potent, then probably the Eau de Parfum will be your thing. If you like things that are a little bit more light, or maybe you are in a space where fragrance isn't as appreciated, then probably the Eau de Toilette is more for you. In my case, I really love the scent profile of the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum has so many things going on that I need to be in the mood to experience it, whereas the Eau de Toilette for me is a dumb reach, and I can kind of wear it at any time in any area for any occasion. The Eau de Toilette is way lighter. I'll say that too. I've worn 2 sprays of the Eau de Toilette and then also 2 sprays of the Eau de Parfum. And the Eau de Parfum I can smell all day. I get whiffs of it throughout the day. Sometimes I'm getting the almonds, sometimes I'm getting a lot of jasmine or orange blossom. And other times I'm getting that almost plasticky vanilla that's in here. Love all of that, and I love that I can smell it all day long. The Eau de Toilette, it's gone in a few hours. I would say I get 4 or 5 hours of wear and then it's really gone. And if I want this to last longer, I have to spray way more heavily. I remember I actually got this bottle in the wintertime. I got it last December and I was wearing like 5 or 6 sprays during the day and I still could barely even really smell it. I mean, you could say it's the environment, but you would think in the middle of the winter, scent is just not going to degrade as quickly and it's going to last way longer, but that really wasn't happening. Whereas the Eau de Parfum really has lasting power and really does stick to your skin. So you can see how this is updated to kind of cater to the consumer that wants a stronger scent, but it's not really giving you the same perfume, but really it's in the same style as what Francois Demachy has done for Dior. So if you like his style, if you like Vanilla Diorama or maybe the other Diors that he's done, then this one is probably something that you will like as well. And I do like it. I am going to continue to wear it. I like the almond that's in it and I like how rich it is. So that's it. That's the 2 for me. Let me know what you think and maybe, you know, comment below on what version of Poison is your favorite, because there are so many. There are so many flankers to Hypnotic Poison and there are so many flankers to Poison in general. I don't have all of them, but I will probably be collecting more at some point. Maybe next year I'll see what the year brings and get another flanker of Hypnotic Poison. I've had this one for about a year and this one for about a month, I would say. And yeah, I kind of love all of them. They're all really fun to wear. I'm kind of going into Dior a little bit more. I started the year with getting Vanilla Diorama and experiencing more of the Dior Privé line. The Poison line is very easily available. It's at drugstores, department stores, discounters, pretty much everywhere. It's also on resale groups. If you frequent those, you'll be able to find it on Marketplace and Kijiji and Vinted and all those other places. You can find people that are decluttering their Poison bottles, and that's always fun to find something that is well done but very affordable. I love that about this line. Poison itself is an amazing tuberose, a spicy tuberose, so you don't have to go far to get a really good quality tuberose if that's something that you're looking for. It's quite spicy though because of the cumin in it, but still interesting and really lovely to wear. I like wearing Poison more in the summertime. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.